Alrighty guys, we're back for some mono green aggro, and this is a March of the Machine, the Aftermath Standard Brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? Tranquil Frillback is a 3 mana 3/3, and when it enters the battlefield, you may pay a green mana up to 3 times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, you get to choose up to that many. So you can either destroy target artifact or enchantment, exile target player's graveyard, or gain 4 life. Honestly, the utility on this card seems pretty ridiculous to me. It looks really good. So if you're up against mono red, gain 4 life. Up against a Traxa Reanimator, exile their graveyard. Up against almost anything else, destroy an artifact or enchantment that they have, right? So yeah, get that Bank Buster out of here. We're not really thinking of this as a 3 mana card so much as like a 4 or 5 mana card, probably 4, right? Is where we would want it to at least do one of these abilities. I guess sometimes you'll pay 3 mana for a 3/3, but not too often. So what else do we got in here, guys? We got 3 Tribute to the World Trees. It's a 3 mana enchantment. And whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card if its power is 3 or greater. Otherwise, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Not half bad, guys. It really isn't. What do we got at the front of the build here? We got 4 Ascendant Packleaders and 4 Evolving Adaptives. I like having 4 of each of these because there's pretty insane lines of play like turn 1 Adaptive, turn 2 Adaptive Packleader, and now you just got a pretty incredible board state really early on. A couple 2/2s and a 2/1 from the Packleader. Pretty awesome, man. Our removal is a tail swipe. We got 3 of them in here. It's instant speed. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If you cast the spell during your main phase, the creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Then those creatures fight each other. Really solid piece of removal for green, guys. More removal here. Tandem Takedown. It's a 3 mana instant speed. Up to 2 target creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. They each deal damage equal to their power to another target creature, planeswalker, or battle. So we're opting for at least 1 Tandem Takedown to really help us get over certain creatures like Sheoldred. The 5 toughness can be pretty difficult sometimes unless you're planning on trading into it with the fight on the tail swipe, of course, right? So I like Tandem Takedown. I think it's going to be a great one-of in here. Speaking of great one-ofs, we have Audacity, an aura that we just don't see enough of, honestly. It's pretty powerful. It's a 1 mana aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and has trample, and when Audacity is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Not half bad, it really isn't. Got 3 Tamiyo Safekeeping in here. A little bit of protection for everything is pretty important, man. And, you know, we can protect our enchantments in here too, like Tribute to the World Tree, so the life gain on Safekeeping happens to come in handy way more often than you would ever expect, mainly because of that mono red that we brought up earlier, right? So a little bit of ramp with the Llanowar Loamspeaker, but really don't overlook that bottom ability here where you can tap it and then have target land you control become a 3/3. We have won plenty of games here on the channel with that bottom ability on Loamspeaker. It just happens to be powerful overall, huh? Got a couple of Polukranos Reborns. It's a 3 mana, 4/5 with reach, and then for 6 and a white Phyrexian mana, you can transform a Polukranos Reborn and then activate only as a sorcery. If you end up transforming it, which isn't going to be too often, comes out as the Engine of Ruin, which is a 6/6 reach lifelink. And when Engine of Ruin or another non-token Hydra you control dies, you create a 3/3 green and white Phyrexian Hydra creature token with reach and a 3/3 green and white Phyrexian Hydra creature token with lifelink. Pretty cool, guys. I don't know if we're ever going to actually flip it, but you never know. It's on the card, right? So we have all 4 Ulvenwald Oddities. This is just going to pair so well with our 1-drops like Packleader and Evolving Adaptive, and the haste is the main reason it's making the list, though. The opponent just wiped the board, drop an Oddity, maybe wrap up the game, right? Now it also has a expensive transform ability here. For 5 and double green, you can transform Ulvenwald Oddity into Ulvenwald Behemoth. It's an 8/8 trample haste. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. and have Trample and Haste. Honestly, we flipped Ulvenwald a few times on the channel, so I can't really say that we're never going to transform these cards, but yeah, it's kind of rare, I suppose. All right, the top end, we got 3 Invoke the Ancients. This is a 5-mana sorcery. Somehow doesn't see any play, probably because green doesn't see too much play, right? So create 2, 4, 5 green spirit creature tokens. For each of them, put your choice of a Vigilance counter, Reach counter, or Trample counter on it. So I'll tell you what, man, it's pretty powerful when this slams down, and it also works really well with cards like Ascendant Packleader because it's 5 mana, and of course Evolving Adaptive, usually buffing your adaptives twice because you're getting 2 creatures hitting the board and they're both 4/5. So I doubt your adaptive is that large just yet, right? Anything else in the list, guys? Yeah, we do. We have a little Thrun here. Thrun, Breaker of Silence, is a 5-mana, 5/5 legendary creature. It can't be countered, so that's great against all the mono blue we're seeing, right? It has Trample, and Breaker of Silence can't be the target of non-green spells your opponents control or abilities from non-green sources your opponents control. That's really powerful. As long as it's your turn, Thrun has Indestructible. Oh man, maybe we should have had 2 of them. Like every time I read through, and it is just disgusting, dude. Holy cow, man. It's definitely going to be worth the 1 of in here, I would say. And even though it's an aggro deck, we actually have 25 land, one of them being a Who Endures, and we're opting for all green because there are a lot of green pips over here, man. So, honorable mentions. I thought about Bushwhack for a little bit. I think Tail Swipe's just going to be a lot better in this particular build, at least. I thought about Deeproot, Wayfinder. I like Loamspeaker much better here. Invasion of Ixalan almost made the cut, as well as I wanted to bring up Corian Beastcaller and Bloated Contaminator. Usually, how we're seeing green aggro built is like heavily leaning into the creature side of things for like the Beastcaller and stuff. And then we have cards like Adaptive that give counters. Even in this deck, we have like Tribute of the World Tree as well that technically gives counters, so the Proliferate on Bloated Contaminator. We're kind of just trying something a little different here and leaning into cards like Invoke the Ancients, and like we have a lot of instant speed cards in here that just don't work with the whole Beast Caller and Bloated Contaminator side of mono green. So yeah, not this time around, right? I mean there really is a lot of stuff that doesn't work with the Beast Caller in here. So even though there's still a fair bit of creatures, this look at that stack of cards, man. None of those would work with Beast Caller. And realistically, trying to squeeze like a Bloated Contaminator in here, it just doesn't seem like the right thing unless we drop like Ulvenwald Oddity. But again, this is really in here for the haste. So, all right, guys, it's going to be a relatively simple build. We're just slamming stuff on the board and hoping for the best. So let's go ahead, hop into some ranked and see how we do. All right, guys, right into that first match. What am I expecting from the build? I'm expecting a little bit. I really am. Usually I say something like, oh, we can't expect too much because standard is so brutal right now. But I don't know. I think this version of mono green is going to be configured pretty well. Look at this beautiful first hand. I like this one. We actually have stuff to do, which is very important. All right, adaptive into the Loamspeaker is completely fine. Ooh, Weaver of Harmony. Okay, we got some Selesnya enchantments over there. Well, Tail Swipe does take care of the Weaver, but we're gonna wait because, yeah, we're definitely just gonna wait here. I don't even think they trade. I think they take this too. If they trade, it's a great trade for us for sure. So yeah, we were able to cheese 2 damage through, which is awesome. Ossification, take the Loamspeaker. They want to hit the ramp for sure, and Adaptive's not a great target for that, really. Oh, they're going to take them both with the Weaver. What am I saying? That's right, Weaver can be nasty. The good news is we have ways to get rid of enchantments in here, so that'll be good. Bad news, we don't have anything to do on this turn, unfortunately. Weaver cleaned up the board pretty well for them for now. It's still anyone's game, though, for sure. Like, if we see a forest off the top, too, in the next couple turns, we'll have an Invoke the Ancients, which is terrific, just in general. Yeah, see, we can even give one reach. Tribute, this would have been so good last turn, guys. Oh, no. Oh, no. I wonder if we take the turn to do Tribute now. Just get Ulvenwald down. It probably gets picked up by more removal. Taking 5 doesn't seem like the best thing, too. I think I like getting Tribute down this turn. Yeah, it's a shame we kind of drew some stuff out of order, but if we take the turn to do Tribute, then if we do see a forest, then we go Invoke the Ancients and then draw 2 off of Tribute, which is pretty disgusting, man. Give 1 reach, too, so that way we can actually block the Catilda well. Uh-oh, they're going to full swing at this Invasion of Theros, guys. That's pretty scary. They do have 2 enchantments on the board now, and they did see an Ossification. Luckily not able to pick up our Tribute. Oh. Yeah, the Naturalist is going to be rough, too. Oh, everything about this is going to be rough, guys. Everything about this. We definitely need to see a land here. Let's draw off of the Oddity. Tail swipe in the air. No. Tail swipe would just trade with the Catilda, unfortunately, because it is a 5/5 now. Yeah, everything was just I was just drawn a little bit awkwardly here, huh? I think this could have gone either way. Ossification picks up Oddity, and they full swing for a lot. Even the last card. I mean, hey, we're seeing these decks running Audacity, which is cool. They definitely should. Audacity is a terrific aura. Alex hits this board. Oh my. Oh my. They can copy it with Weaver too. So +1/+1 counter on target creature. Just gonna get a couple counters from it. Oh, a couple draws. Wait. Enchantment creature. You control deals combat damage to a player. Nice. Nice opponent. Oh my goodness, guys. We just got destroyed on so many levels there. Now, if we would have seen the mana, sure. I mean, there's a good reason why we're playing 25 land in here. Because generally speaking, I guess we are going to want to see the 5th mana almost every game. I would think so. We got a lot of things to do for 4 mana and then like a lot of 1 mana cards that we'd want to play after the fact too. Being able to actually use some of our removal there obviously would have kept us in the game a lot longer. And the second Invoke the Ancients was actually a good draw if we would have had the turns and mana to play them too. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think that could have gone a lot of different ways there. But it also might have showcased the awkwardness of drawing for mono green sometimes too, so we'll see. Plaza of Heroes. Yay, we get a swing for 2 in. The good news is I don't think they're going to be able to pick up both creatures right away, so... Alright, we definitely go Loamspeaker before combat because it affects combat, right? And then Tamiyo Safekeeping is open. Unless we want to swing for 6. Right? No. Also, this is activated as a sorcery, so I already clicked through it anyways. That was fine, though. I wanted to keep the Safekeeping open. A Plaza of Heroes deck is usually Esper, so... Oh, Phyrexian. Ooh. Brutal Cathar. Here's the Safekeeping. Definitely worthwhile. Definitely worthwhile, guys. Alright, Oddity, Invoke the Ancients, both pretty good here. I think it's going to be... Brutal Cathar tells us is probably not a board wipe. So I think it's going to be Invoke the Ancients, buff adaptive twice, swing for 5. We're going to go Trample. And we're going to go both Trample, both Trample. I think that's pretty good. because this is the type of deck that might run like Wedding Announcement and stuff like that. It's also the type of deck that would run Wandering Emperor, so I thought about Vigilance, but I think just Trampling Through is better, even if they do end up dropping an Emperor. Ooh, nice. Sunslayer's pretty good, man. Tail Swipe off the top, wow. I mean, wow, dude. So we could even just go Oddity, and then Tail Swipe fight with Oddity. I guess we could just power up. They're at 9. We power up land, Tail Swipe with land. Polukranos, Tail Swipe with Polukranos? I guess the first strike is what we're trying to get around right now, right? So just getting rid of the first strike, it's a trade for 2, and then a full swing. They are forced to block the adaptive, and then they still take 9. Very nice, guys. Very nice. Well, I wish that was the first match. Oh my goodness, that was a completely different ball game. We actually, like, the draws were beautiful. Everything was great there, man. We went first too, so yeah, that was good stuff. If we would have went Oddity, we would have had to tap down the second Loamspeaker, which means the 9 wouldn't have gotten through. So we just had to think of a way through there to get the full 9. Luckily, we had the Reborn, man. It's a 4/5 with reach. Just ridiculous stats. We go first. No 1-drop. We have 8 in here, and I still think this is keepable, though. Man, we got a lot of value packed in here, man. If we look at this card, 3 mana, 4/5 with reach, and you plug an Audacity onto this, right? That's 6/5 reach trample for only 4 total mana. Now, it is 2 total cards, but if the opponent ends up, like, killing it, then at least the Audacity draws you the card back. That's insane. That's crazy, man. The fact that we just don't see green blows my mind. And green has so much great utility, too. Especially with that new 3-drop dinosaur, which I hope we get to see today. Alright, Loamspeaker, good luck, buddy. Good luck. I hope you survive, but I don't think you're gonna. They want to kill it before our turn because green runs protection, so... Loamspeaker's alive? Oh. You know what that means? Oh. A tribute, actually. Maybe we just tribute, so we restock our hand a little bit. I was going to go Reborn, keep the Safekeeping open on the Loamspeaker. But we just go tribute, keep Safekeeping for Loamspeaker, I guess. I was going to say the Safekeeping was for the Reborn when they dropped their Go for the Throat, but... No, I like this too. This is good. This is good stuff. Okay, Fable. At least it's not removal, but Fable is still technically scary. Alright, taking the 3 for sure. Keeping our hand nice and stocked with Tribute sounds good to me. And also boosting our Loamspeakers, right? So... we'll have the mana to play both of these out, but I feel like we should probably keep Safekeeping. They're going to ramp next turn. It might just be Invoke. So I guess more creatures is better at that point. Yeah, if we're going into an Invoke Despair, let's draw first, right? Okay, who endures? Take care of the Fable. They still get a ramp, though. I played my land already, right? Right? Yeah, okay. Alright, it's going to be Loamspeaker coming in with counters, and we're preparing for the Invoke Despair. We got great stats on this board. If they ramp into it on Shaman, at least we have great blockers. Tandem Takedown's ready to take care of a Sheoldred if they're not ramping into an Invoke Despair. Like, yeah, that's good. It's good stuff. Gonna block with the Loamspeaker. Because if they have an Abrade, I'd rather they take out the Loamspeaker. Oh, I guess they could still have an Abrade because they used the Harvester, but I mean, that's 2 cards for 1. Oh! Well, I mean, that was their plan all along, no matter the block. If we would have taken the 2, we would have still had a creature on the board. Oh, no. Yeah, sometimes they run Brotherhood's End, guys. Well, we're going to have to wait for a creature to hit this board before we can restock properly. Oh boy, guys. Oh boy, the board wipe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we're coming back from that. So, yeah, I guess I could have let the 2 through. My first thought was just a braid, take out 1 creature, not That's rough, man. That's so rough. All right. I think it's still anyone's game, though. We can totally play the mid game in a deck like this. We just need to not see land for the next couple turns, I would say. A forest off the top next turn would be bad, but not the end. But a forest again, that would probably be the end, right? Okay, at Sushi. Luckily doesn't work with the reflection. We could take out reflection. I still don't know if that's worth, like, them just getting more ramp, though, so I'd rather keep it. Okay. Ulvenwald Oddity. So we play it, get a draw. See what we see. We still have 8 1-drops in the deck, too, so those all come down with extra counters as well. Okay, forest. Play the forest. They block with that Sushi. We trade with our Safekeeping, but then they could easily have open removal. And Atsushi gets the ability too. It's bad. It's really bad. It is. But we save Oddity back because we're close to 7 mana. It's a shame, but I know for a fact if we waste this Safekeeping on a block, that they're going to have spot removal. I know it. Especially since we haven't seen any spot removal yet. Oh, they actually got rid of a cut down earlier. Wow. Gonna swing. Get a ramp. Nope. We're just gonna let them do this. They copy, get a treasure. They'll have 4 open. I don't think it's Who Endures here, man. I don't want them to dig. If anything, we'd Who Endures this Fable before they start seeing more off the top, you know? Now, if we block with Oddity, at least we have the Safekeeping this time. So we will block this. We're taking 4 in the air. Yeah, at least this time we have protection for it if they go for the Abrade. Reckoner, Bankbuster. They still have a mana open. They want to use, like, the blood token. I don't think they do. All right, Oddity's alive. Another forest off the top. It looks like we're flipping that Oddity, man. Keep the Who Endures for an emergency. We're just flipping it. We're going. We definitely need to see more creatures, though. They only have 1 mana, right? Yeah. Except when we use the 7, now we don't have the protection open for Safekeeping, but we're gonna die. We're in some serious trouble regardless. So if we would have waited another turn, kept our 4/4 back, and waited for the Who Endures to be the 8th mana. Oh, see, Safekeeping doesn't get around to Liliana anyways.
And I don't appreciate it when people touch
yep. So regardless, if we would have waited, the best bet was the swing then. Yeah. That Brotherhood's End board wipe, that was rough, man. Hey, by the way, I know I like to stick out these games, but if you guys don't like to, always feel free to skip ahead. I do have chapters on each video, so... Oh, Invoke the Ancients! That's what I'm talking about, man. Now we're, like, we draw so well sometimes. Like, that is exactly what we need to see to protect against the Atsushi. And we're actually going to double down both reach, because if they have spot removal, we're going to draw 2 from Tribute. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. Sometimes we just see it. Two Tamiyo Safekeepings. We could go Who Endures, play the Loamspeaker, and then keep 1 Safekeeping open. Yeah. Since I didn't want to use the Who Endures as removal, I like having the Safekeeping open here more, and just getting more creatures on the board too. Next turn, we might discard. We might discard Takedown, actually. They still have 3 mana. We're in a super sticky situation, guys. At any moment, they can find the Invoke Despair as well, which cleans up the Tribute, which would be really bad. Blood Tithe Harvester, okay. Yeah, luckily we have a blocker for the Atsushi, and they can immediately, they don't even need the, Is it Tandem Takedown? Tandem Takedown doesn't target 2 different creatures, so only targets 1. I guess it'll be a Safekeeping, I guess. We should keep this in case they do see Sheoldred, because Sheoldred would be our demise for sure. Wow, we stopped their attack, guys. Look at us. Oh, forest off the top. That's all right. We could still hit the Atsushi out of the sky. Maybe swing at the Liliana before they go for the sacrifices and stuff. I don't know, man. Either way, we're just in some trouble. We could always hit the Liliana with this attack too. Tandem Takedown, taking it out. I guess that's fine. Like I said, you can only target 1. It's too bad we can't target a couple. That would be pretty insane, though. If we don't hit Liliana, then we're going to be discarding again next turn as well. If we hit Atsushi, they still get all the death triggers anyways, and we have 2 cards with Reach to prevent the Atsushi. They can't copy it with Reflection. I don't want to get stuck in a Liliana lockdown state, and we're going to keep this forest in case they find the 3rd Liliana, so... If we end up swinging with anything, it should be our Loamspeaker. And see what they do. Because I doubt they triple block to take care of a Loamspeaker. I think they take this. If they... Oh, that's right. Okay, okay. So Tamiyo Safekeeping still available here. We wanted to protect the Loamspeaker. Oh, I see. I see. Guess we let the Atsushi die, keep Safekeeping open for these 2. I see. Very nice blocks, opponent. I didn't anticipate the copy with Reflection, and honestly, I should have. I should have known. Blood Tithe Harvester is going to be targeting one of these things next turn. Their copy of Blood Tithe Harvester is going to be copying one or both, so we're going to have to keep the Safekeeping to protect at least one of them. Let's see what they find off the top here, man. Blood Tithe Harvester. Number 4? Number 3. Number 3. Or number 2. No, yeah, this one's number 3. GG, Loamspeaker. I sacrificed you. I'm sorry. At least the Atsushi's gone. And the Liliana's gone. Actually, I still think we might be in this. I don't know, though. They can actually copy this Harvester twice. Yeah, play the other Harvester. They can easily hit these 4/5s with these copied Harvesters, so... At this point, Tail Swipe wouldn't be bad, but... Mainly, we just need to see more creatures. Alright, we'll protect one of these. We're back up to 7. And they can do it all again. It's sorcery speed, so I mean the Tamiyo Safekeeping nonsense is going to go through first. And then they have to target the other one here. Alright, we have a 4/5 and they have a couple creatures here, so... On top of the stack for Safekeeping would have been the go for the throat if they had it, so... Ooh, another Fable, man. Oh my goodness. Ooh, Ascendant Packleader. Oh, that's not a draw, though. Crap. Crap. Yep. The Blood Tithe Harvester Reflection is doing us in, guys. We have seen it many a times. And I guess it really was the Brotherhood's End, though. We're going to let them play this out. Regardless, especially... Let's see. So they copy, kill both creatures, full swing for 10 total, right? So Yeah, we might as well let them play this out. Get an attack in case they have like a quest for that or something like that. So if I would have played around the Brotherhood's End earlier, if we would have been able to keep one extra creature, I don't think it would have mattered. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that? I think this would have been an uphill battle regardless. Just everything good from Rakdos over here. Also, how long has Rakdos played Plaza of Heroes? Is that the opponent's edition? It's a neat addition. I liked like the Atsushi and everything, and the Liliana all works with Plaza, so yeah, I like that opponent. Cool. I don't know if that's what Rakdos usually plays. Guess I don't pay attention to the mana base too often. Getting some quests done sounds good to me, man. Let's see if we can get like 2 more matches in. I'm actually building up confidence with the deck, guys. I think it's actually pretty decent so far. Like, after the last few, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like we can totally get there. Okay. Opponent goes first. We still aren't seeing our 1-drops early on here, but is it a bad hand? Do we send this? I don't think so, right? Potential turn 3 Oddity isn't bad. Safekeeping, okay. Okay. Well, that's gonna be spot removal. Let Loamspeaker die or wait until we have Safekeeping open for the Loamspeaker. All right, I'm gonna wait because I think I'm actually just gonna go turn 3 into the Tribute and let Loamspeaker get a couple counters here. A lot of these games we have to play into the mid-range side of the deck, unfortunately. Oh, Herd Migration. All right, we know this one. Oh, maybe we don't know this one. Never mind. I was gonna say, the last couple videos I put together where we went up against this domain build that had a Traxa Reanimator hacked into it. Okay, Evolving Adaptive. Another Safekeeping. Not bad, not bad. Just setting up for Tribute just doesn't seem that great. Maybe we do play the Adaptive, let them get their counter, get the Loamspeaker. Especially now that... Okay, they're gonna play their Bankbuster. Don't have any guaranteed land here, but maybe Rocco will help us get some land. And maybe, just maybe, Loamspeaker will survive. Because when I saw the Proving Ground, I was like, oh, go for the Throat, Abrade, anything else. All the spot removal, man. Even cut downs take out the Loamspeaker, so... Okay, Bankbuster comes down. Rocco gets that buff. Dude, when we played with Rocco, it was pretty decent. I mean, look at it. It's a 4-6 already. If it survives, it's pretty nasty. Another Adaptive over here. Don't think we have to play the Adaptive. Tail Swipe doesn't hit the Rocco because it has a 6 toughness. Holy cow. If we go Invoke the Ancients, buff the Adaptive here twice, it's not bad. And we don't have Safekeeping or anything open, but it's a couple extra creatures, man. I think we gotta go for this. It's not like they have a blue source open too, so it wasn't gonna be a Spell Pierce. Now this is a tough decision. I'm gonna go Trample. Trample Vigilance, actually. It might be the type of deck that runs like a Wandering Emperor, but also Vigilance in a deck that runs creatures and stuff isn't bad either. Oh, they saw a Leyline Binding. I wonder which one they actually end up picking up there. I wonder. Yeah, the Safekeepings are great, the Tail Swipes are great. Everything is looking all right, but I mean, the opponents have a lot of opportunity here. Rocco's a 5/7. Against mono green, if a creature gets out of hand like this, it becomes very difficult to take care of. So one of the big things we could draw is a Tandem Takedown, but it's a one-of in here, man, so... Of course, maybe like flipping Oddity could help. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, man. I think overall today I could have played this one out a little better too. You know, there might have been some better scenarios where I could have mulliganed as well. All right, Rocco, what are you giving me? A forest? That's not bad. Okay. Even a double tail swipe would be bad against this. They're just chilling at 26 because of the herd migration. I apologize, opponent. I am thinking, buddy. You've given me quite the puzzle here. We go Tribute, start setting up for some draws. But if we play the Forest, let Rocco buff, we can also play our Reborn, draw a card, getting us one step closer to Tandem Takedown, maybe? Alright, start with Tribute, because now they have an island open. I guess at that point, okay. We did have 2 mana open for Spell Pierce at that point. So play the mana from the Rocco, I guess, right? And then draw off of Reborn. Oh yeah, Adaptive goes up to a 5/5 too. That's sweet, dude. Ooh, Audacity. Oh. But they're gonna play theirs. The Rocco's still gonna be a little out of hand here, man. Let's see, Domain. They do have double Proving Ground. I suppose they could have board wipes too, so 7/9. I was gonna say, if we could keep the Rocco with 8 toughness, then we would have been able to get there with Audacity and the tail swipe off of the evolving adaptive, but dude, we gotta take this card out, man. We need to see our Tandem Takedown. This card is doing way too much for the opponent right now. It's locked down all of our attacks. Okay, who endures? They saw a swamp. Who endures? Ramping them, taking care of the Bank Buster isn't bad, but they're going to get the draw before the Bank Buster dies. And I'm pretty sure we can't use the channel ability, actually, because we'd have to discard it. So who endures doesn't work. We'd have to play it as a land. Yeah, I don't think we can do the channel ability while it's over there. We can flip this into a 6/6, which isn't half bad, man. Just this instantly blocks it, and then we're in trouble. I guess that helps us go a little wider? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know, man. Too many options. Let's do this. And let's pay 2. So that way we can keep the Loamspeaker open for either the tail swipe or the safekeeping, right? Look good to you guys? We have a lot of 1 mana cards here. At this point, we might as well swing and keep Loamspeaker back, and then go safekeeping on whatever they try to kill. Or tail swipe. Tail swipe is instant speed. You know what? If they block there, we go tail swipe. But the fight still happens, so we'd be losing 3 cards for 1 Rocco. They go adaptive. Yeah, it's a fight. It's not damage, it's a fight, so... Take 11, kill our 4/5, and we'll still have safekeeping open in case something elaborate happens next turn. No, we're gonna take this card out, man. Well, we could do it after the damage goes through, I suppose. We're taking it out, and we're using our Engine of Ruin to do it, because when it dies, we'll get a couple 3/3s. Yeah, let's go. We're up to 31. They're down to 15. They have a bunch of cards. We have a couple 5/5s, though, which is pretty cool. Oh no, never mind. My bad, guys. We actually get a couple card draws because they're 3/3s. I don't know what I was thinking there, honestly. I really don't. Ascendant Packleader, all good draws. Now we're just afraid of a board wipe. Like, that's the big thing. And then we just try to restock the board as much as possible after that. I mean, Tribute keeping our hand stocked is huge. Yeah, all that ended up working out pretty well, I would say. We have a lot of sustainability in this deck. Sunfall. Okay. Okay, instantly transform because they have the extra mana, and they have Bankbuster for the draw too. Oh, they're just swinging. They're gonna flip the battle. They're not going for the draw. I mean, they do have enough cards in hand, so might as well get some cards on the board. So if we go Pack Leader, Invoke Ancients, I wouldn't mind seeing a land off the top, guys. I really wouldn't. Hey, there we go. Okay. So we go land. Man, they played second Rocco. Oh no. Not this again. We can't let this get out of hand this time. Leyline Binding for 1, that's brutal. We go Pack Leader. Still have 1 mana open for the Safekeeping when it comes time. We go Invoke Ancients, buff Pack Leader, draw 2. And we're gonna go... I think we're gonna go Trample Vigilance again. I think that's completely fine. Ooh, Tranquil Frillback is pretty good. If we put Audacity on Pack Leader, they target Pack Leader probably with the Binding. We draw off of the Audacity, and then we pick up Pack Leader with the Tranquil Frillback play next turn. Over keeping something like Safekeeping open might be an alright play. I'm going for it. I'm going for it, guys. Instead of keeping Safekeeping open, we're going to bait them into the Pack Leader with the Binding. Draw a card, then throw back, get Pack Leader back. We won't have the counters, but still. Oh, they are not falling for this at all. They targeted a token. Oh no, there they go. Oh, no, it's going to be the token. Maybe different spot removal for Pack Leader then, because token also makes sense. The opponent knows green does have enchantment removal sometimes. Also, us keeping our hand stocked isn't always the best either. Second tribute. Wow, dude. A Tali comes down. Oh no. They grab an oddity from us? Oh no. Oh no. All the counters now for Rocco. Dude, Rocco looking sick in a mid-range build like that. Oh, buddy, that's cool. That's really, really cool, opponent. We're at 31. We're going to double block. Okay. We're going to double block the Skyclave and hope that they don't have spot removal from hand. I think that once a Tali hit, it like the tides shifted in the opponent's favor big time. Leyline Binding number 3. Yeah, it's like I said though. I think it really shifted towards them with the Atali. And so not risking the Skyclave. Like I think we really wanted to hit that there. Alright, well we can still get Pack Leader back. We can take out a Bankbuster. If we go Tribute, we're going to draw more, but we need an answer for what's on the board here, man. We're at 26, so we technically survive a little bit. I'm going to exile their grave, too, honestly. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. I'm going to go Pack Leader. Frillback for 5. We'll have 2 open for both Safekeepings. We're gonna exile their grave. I guess we could go 4. Well, let's gain some life here too. They have a lot, and then we'll decline. So we paid it twice. So we'll let them keep their grave because I don't see a Traxo over there. Gonna destroy, then we're gonna gain. And I guess we'll get our other pack leader back for a chump blocker because they still have 2 bank busters regardless. So we might as well at least get more creatures on the board, right? Alright. It's cool, man. I mean, we totally... Oh, Tandem Takedown. That could be huge for us, man. Okay, both Safekeepings are open, so we have great blockers. And, you know, 3 of their Leyline Bindings just out of their deck, so... That might be their main piece of removal overall. So Safekeeping protecting from the 4th one could be huge for us. Say a double block into the Atali would be good. Oh, they go for the transform. This is the first time I've seen anyone transform Atali, but yeah, they have enough mana for it, so it's indestructible. I don't think mono green can beat that, guys. Yeah, indestructible. The trample's going through. The poison's gonna get us regardless. Very nice, opponent, very nice. Let's go ahead. So we're taking 8, getting 8 over there. We'll double block, taking the 5. Then we chump this so we don't get all the poison, right? We get that many poison counters. And then we're going to protect 1 pack leader just for the fun of it. I guess we could protect both of them, realistically. We might as well. Since I don't think there's a way through the Primal Sickness, we might as well protect both pack leaders in hopes that we can buff it above, right? Maybe. What a great way to wrap up a match for the opponent, though. I don't even know. I don't even know. Yeah, 10 mana for that. I guess 9 and then the green Phyrexian mana. Wow, Tandem Takedown. If this wasn't indestructible, I mean, that's just insane, dude. A tail swipe, too? Wow, dude. Alright, so we're going to go Oddity, draw. Pack leader gets their buff. Now, technically, the opponent is at 15, so if we can find a way to get rid of their board state... Holy cow, dude. Oh, my goodness. Wait, hold up. Hold up. Tail swipe. That's 4 or greater, right? Tail swipe the Oddity. Ours becomes a 5/5. Am I missing something? Oh, power up Bank Buster. Oh, darn it. Darn it, I was missing something. I got really excited there for a second, but no, they'll still have blockers then. Tandem Takedown will only hit 1. And at that point, it doesn't really matter because I guess it would be Rocco. That way they can't power up the other one there. We want Oddity because of the trample. Because if we target Bank Buster, they crew up the other Bank Buster and they'll still have Rocco. But if we target Rocco, they can't power up the second Bank Buster. If that makes sense, right? I don't know if I'm explaining it right. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. If they didn't have Bank Buster, this would have been huge. Maybe we had a chance to just set up a defense instead. Maybe. I think the swing is a little bit more fun, though. All 3 of the tributes in hand was pretty bad, but the tail swipe in hand was terrific because then they couldn't get the extra counter there. Good game, opponent. Wow, dude. I'll tell you what, man. I don't know. I think the deck is actually pretty powerful. We didn't really showcase that many great victories today. I don't even know how much we won. Did we win? I think we won. At least one. I have no idea. That last game threw me around a little bit, man. That was fun. That was a good time. All right, here's the deck list again, guys. Let's go check it out here. Mono green aggro. Was I correct? Are people putting mono green together wrong by focusing heavily on the creature side of things and the proliferate side of things as well? I have no idea. I really don't. I think this is definitely a way to put mono green together. Is it a more powerful way? Maybe. It might be. I'm not really sure. Even if it is a more powerful way, I guess it's still going to really struggle against the meta in general, so I don't know. I think maybe the one of Audacity could probably be cut for a second Tandem Takedown. There might be a lot of scenarios where you really need to see the Tandem Takedown because there's so many mid-range decks, and that means there's a lot of chunky creatures you got to deal with sometimes. So I could see a second one of these. However, Audacity is so good, man, and it can really help you close up games too. That extra trample going onto a buffed up pack leader or adaptive happens to be really powerful. Maybe it's not the Audacity. Maybe it's a one of tribute. But if you only have 2 in the deck, you're limiting how much you're replenishing your hand. But in that last game, seeing all 3 of them wasn't particularly good. But even if we had seen another card, we were doing so much on every single turn anyways that we would have run out of the mana. So the 3 of these seemed fine too. I don't know what I would change, man. You guys, let me know in the comments. What would you add or take out? Because it might be in its best case scenario already, which makes me feel a little bad because, man, I want mono green to be good. Maybe some more 2-drops. If we would have seen more of our 1-drops today early on, maybe those games would have gone different too. Invoke the Ancients was really powerful. Whenever we saw this, it's just a brick wall, dude. It's too bad they're not 5/5s though. That would have changed a couple of those scenarios. The 4 happens to, like, it doesn't do as much as you would hope, and that's the same case for the Polukranos Reborn too. It's a 4/5. I mean, you can't complain too much about a 3-mana 4/5, but you guys know what I mean. There's plenty of scenarios where you'd rather that be 5 power, and then it would completely change the board states. Which I guess is why I opted for Tail Swipe over a lot of the other different fight spells that we have too. That extra +1/+1 goes a very long way. If you're up against mono red, I honestly think we might be favored against mono red. We have a lot of great 1-drops to help us just keep up pace with the mono red 1-drops, and then like all the life gain from Safekeeping. The Reborn helps us block in the air from the Phoenixes, and the Invoke would help you do that same thing too. And then also just having Vigilance against mono red is really powerful too. Just swinging in every turn with a creature that they can barely block or they can't really trade into or anything like that, and then you're still keeping it back as a blocker for their Monastery Swiftspear and stuff. Yeah, I'll tell you what, we might actually be favored against that particular deck. The Frillback was cool. We didn't get to see it too much today. There's only 2 of them in here, but I think, yeah, just that extra utility, it has to. I mean, it goes a long way, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I guess I'm confused, guys. I know I could have played it out a lot better too, but it feels like this might actually just be the best way to put this particular version of mono green together. I don't know what I would add or take out or what I would drop, or I guess the big thing is finding room for the second Tandem Takedown, and I don't know what I would drop to do it. So maybe an Oddity, 3 Oddities instead, but there's so many lines of play where if you have your 1-drop cards on the board already, a hasty Oddity might just help you wrap up the game immediately. No, I like all 4 of them. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments. I'm stumped. Which is fitting for mono green. Stumped. Jeez. I apologize for the joke, guys. If you made it this far into the video, then for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.